Let's go back to your field, right? Let's go back to engineering for a bit. How important is it to stay up to date with the advancements and trends that are happening in engineering to make sure that you can build and sustain a successful career in engineering in Canada?
Yeah, so staying up to date about the technical expertise that's happening around you, or the upgrades or the modifications or the developments that are happening, you should have the knowledge about that so that you're aware of what's happening in the industry. Another thing to look for an engineer is to look at the businesses as well. Like, yeah, I'm having these technologies getting developed, but what's the business impact that's happening because of that technology, and what are the industries that are growing because of that, or sliding it away. Like, you bring to the table the technical knowledge, but if you have the understanding of the business as a whole, then that will certainly give you an edge, and that will give you the far-sightedness as well. Like, for example, if there's a new technology and you know about it, you know everything about it, and it's good, but if you have the business acumen, then you'll know in 5 years time or in 10 years time what that technology will look like, or how much growth is possible in that technology. Like, a technology might sound exciting, but it might not be efficient from a business point of view as much as it's looking technically exciting. So look at both aspects of it. So if you have that knowledge, you will certainly steer in your field in a really good way, and you will see how the world is changing and how the economic opportunities are coming before they come, and you'll be able to make those decisions of maybe switching a job or jumping a job or going for a different field in advance.
Yeah, that sounds great. And speaking of that, what about industry certifications? Are industry certifications important to build a successful career in engineering? And if yes, what sort of certifications would you recommend for your field?
So when we talk about engineering, the first certification that gets highlighted is the PEng, or professional engineering license. So that depends. So if anyone wants to go in hardcore engineering, they want to go to design part of it, or construction part of it, or any industry that's basically designing electrical equipment, mechanical equipment, or carrying out construction activities, major ones. So those industries definitely need professional engineers. The engineers who have the professional engineering certification from their province. Like, there's one in Ontario, and it's a specific process to get that. I have friends who have been getting it. One got it recently, and some are working on it. So you have to provide your engineering background to the council, and you have to go through the examination and then an interview to get that PEng certification. So that's specific technical expertise that you need in that field. And that field is highly regulated. But not all engineers work in that field. So it's not like if you're an engineer and you don't have PEng, you won't find a job. That's not true. You can find jobs. Manufacturing industries, normally they don't need PEng. It's good to have, but it's not mandatory to have. So that depends from industry to industry. Another one, for example, is PMP, Project Management Professional. So that's also a good to have certification when you're dealing with the projects. That anyone who has that certification will get the edge. If I talk about the field of safety, the certification is Canadian Registered Safety Professional, CRSP, in Canada. It's a good to have, but not all organizations or all companies need their safety professionals to have CRSP certification. But the organizations that deal with the government, or they're like government organizations, they definitely need it because it comes in handy. So it depends on what area you want to target. Engineering is quite a diverse field, and a certification is not mandatory, I'll say. It's a good to have, but it also depends in what path you want to take. If it's specifically to the technical side of it, then you definitely need a certification. But if it's not, then you can make your way around. And if we talk about other fields, for example, the field of healthcare or doctors, nurses, that is highly regulated. So they need those certifications. So it depends from field to field. Yeah. So if that answers the question for engineering professionals, so it depends on your field where you want to go. And it's always good to have it. So once you're in the field, do get some certifications.
That's great. That's great. That leads me to the next question, which is also a question coming from one of our participants, Hannah. So Hannah asked, will you hire engineers with international certifications?
Yeah, definitely. I got hired as an international engineer with international certification. I did not have any in Canada, and I have colleagues who got hired and they only had international experience. Yeah.